All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Sunday. Yes, we have a red day today. Red in the market. What's going on? We're going to watch that. We're going to see whether we have bottomed out this afternoon or could there be more pain ahead. So we will be giving an update on that. And why did this happen? Why? The big dump? We'll talk about that as well. Hey everybody, welcome. Let me drop down here in the corner. So Dogecoin did hit 1510 on the dip just about an hour ago. We're starting to see a little bit of recovery. Is this going to come back up to 16 cents or could we see more dumpage? Bitcoin dropped below 80K, actually below 79, hit a low of 78.6 and is looking to recover as well. So what's going on? What is all this about? Well, I posted on X here. I don't want to boost that. There was low volume trading in crypto earlier today following last week's huge volatility. Perfect time for Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum to dump. Huge leverage positions to get wiped out. We'll take a look at those. The Monday stock market will most likely be red to open. Don't know how it's going to go through the day yet, but most likely, it's going to be red pre-market into market open, and then we'll see how the stock market goes during the day. But either way, expect more volatility. That's coming. It's still coming. So, but right now, short term, yep, doesn't look good. Here's Dogecoin, right? Earlier dropped down to 15.3, which is where it was last back on March 10th with the big dip because of tariffs, right? Tariffs. So we're back at that same level. On that day, we did actually dip down in the 14s, but we haven't yet here today. So if we can stay above this level, I think that's a good sign. A good sign here. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm immediate on Doge. Bitcoin dips below 80K after dropping over 3% in 2 hours, dragging crypto market downward. So there you go right there. It's Bitcoin. Bitcoin is being pulled around because of leverage. ETH as well, and we'll see the ETH numbers. They're not good. And the rest of the crypto market goes with it. As you today says, breaking. Crypto market getting annihilated. It's like, well, no, we're not going to zero. But yeah, ETH got hit hard, especially, and the cryptocurrency market has collapsed. No, it hasn't. The cryptocurrency market, these news sources are just unbelievable. The cryptocurrency market has collapsed. Oh dear. No, don't let it get out of hand, guys. Arthur Hayes foresees a Black Monday stock market crash. Jim Cramer said that on Friday. Friday night, he said that. And we were like, hey, if Jim Cramer says it's a Black Monday, that means it's going to go up, right? The reverse Cramer effect. Arthur Hayes falling in line. I think we're going to see pre-market red. Stocks will open, a lot of volatility. And then I think it's going to be okay afterwards. But that's just my view. We look on Yahoo Finance and we're like, tariff, fear in the market because of tariff, right? Wall Street strategists warn messy tariff fallout. And this, again, is all about fear of what people think is going to happen because nothing's happened. Nothing has happened yet. The prices haven't gone up yet, right? They're starting to, but they haven't really gone up. Most of this stuff doesn't come into effect until the 10th, midweek. So that's another reason for the markets to dump. Oh, we already had the fear of what was going to happen, and now it actually happens. And then we're fearful again. Just like, oh my God. And then we have half the country, going against like Trump and Musk, these big gatherings of protests. And what are you protesting? Really? It's like, if the country would just get together and think about what's going on, maybe we wouldn't have so much fear. We would all be behind what's going on. No, that's not going to happen. Forget that. So, has the Dogecoin price bottomed out? What's the critical decision zone? What is the critical decision zone for Dogecoin? For me right now, it looks like 15 cents. Again, we dipped below 15 cents a month ago and hit 14.9. So far, we haven't dipped below 15 cents today. These guys were looking at 16.4. Again, the RSI has fallen. If you're betting on the stochastic RSI, it's got to be really down now. We can take a look at that. Selling pressure continues to linger. Fear in the market still. I know there's bears out there saying, I'm going to wait till it drops to 10 cents to buy in. We always have those, right? Should Dogecoin fail to hold 16.4 support, the price could retrace further until it reaches 11 or 12 cents zone seen in the market lows. Such a move would essentially see Dogecoin returning to price levels it hasn't traded in since Q4 2023. Well, it's not going to go down that low. 10, 11 cent or 11, 12 cent Doge. A lot of bears have been calling for worse. I don't know. But we already failed 16.4 because we're at 15.2 now. So we failed that. I thought this morning when Doge dipped and hit 16 cents and started to recover, I was like, okay, we bounced off 16 cents. That was our support. But nope, early this afternoon, dumped. And again, it's following Bitcoin. Look at the Bitcoin dump. I mean, that's just massive. On a percentage basis, though, it's only half of what Dogecoin went down. And Dogecoin's chart doesn't look as bad, just looking at the graphics of it, but it's twice the percentage drop that Bitcoin had, which means, of course, if you zoom out to the 2-hour chart and you look at there was my well-executed swing trade on Bitcoin that I had, sold at the right time, right up here at 84.3. And so kind of falling off the table here. But as Bitcoin falls, other cryptos fall harder. That means Bitcoin dominance is going up. And that always happens, right? Bitcoin drops, alts drop harder, Bitcoin dominance goes up. It's like a broken record. It happens again and again and again. So that's what's going on there. 63.2% now for Bitcoin dominance, which means, of course, the Doge BTC trading pair is coming down again. It's now below 20. That blue line is a critical line, I think, for Doge versus Bitcoin. And we've now fallen below it again. On the recovery, I expect we would see Dogecoin reclaim 16 cents and the Doge BTC trading pair reclaim 20. So we will be watching that. Ethereum, yeah. Ethereum dropped to 1,600 and not looking great. What does this mean overall? Well, it means liquidations. So just over the past 4 hours, we've had $180 million in Bitcoin, $130 million in ETH. Doge is about 9.5 million. But the big ones were ETH and Bitcoin. Bitcoin, $180 million. So these, again, are leveraged long trades. And actually, many of them were being made while the price was dropping because they thought it was going to turn around. And then the price just dropped even further, including one trade that was over $16 million. $16 million in one trade. So the liquidation heat map is not going to be a surprise to anybody. We see the dump and we see all the leverage getting wiped out. I did not check and see how far back this goes for the leverage on Bitcoin. I didn't check that. Yeah, we had some big ones here that went back to the 3rd of April on that last dump that we had. We had leverage positions that were opened, weren't closed, and got wiped out. Now there's huge shorts up here. I mean, look at these short positions up here. $300 million up here at 85,000. Big short positions are now open on Bitcoin. We've seen shorts get wiped out before, but we need a big spike up to do that. How does Doge look? Again, open interest has been really down on Doge. But yeah, anytime you have a big price dump like that, you are going to get a lot of leverage taken out. But price-wise, the Doge leverage isn't anything like what we see on ETH and Bitcoin going on. And yeah, not much left below. Exactly, RR. There's not much down here as far as Dogecoin leveraged, long leverage trades. It's all the shorts up here that are open now, right over 18 cents. There's quite a bit up here. That was the thing to do today, was to short the market if you were trading. ETH is not recovering. 1619, looking weak. Bitcoin looked like it was starting to come back, but now we see a red candle coming down, which means Dogecoin also not recovering now. So that's what we've got for the intro, guys. Let me see how you're feeling in the chat. Volatility. It went away over the weekend. We thought it would. I kind of said, right? We're going to see that. We're going to see from Friday, we're going to see Saturday, some settling and probably some sideways trading with lower volume. And we did have that lower volume trading. But then the market makers came in, take out leverage. So let me catch up with you guys. Dustin buying some Litecoin. Litecoin, $72 Litecoin. Good luck with that Litecoin buy. Taser or Tay Jr. Crypto literally dropped the past 3 months. What would you call it? Yeah. That's stating the obvious. No one has any money left for a dog meme coin. There, a resident bear. A-Star, how are you? Zero tax on crypto? I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. You're wearing your best suit, prepared to go down in coin. Would it have been better if he just put all the tariffs at once instead of spreading it out? Some of it was kind of reactionary. He had some other things in mind with Mexico and Canada, which is kind of where he started the whole thing. And then it just kind of built up from there. I don't think it was a completely well thought out plan from the beginning. A little reactionary, I thought, and then it just added. Good to see you, KB. How are you? Thank you, Dustin. It is what it is. The fear would have created one dump instead of many. Maybe it was best to get it all over with once. Yeah, Doge is not going to die. All those saying Doge is dead, they're just saying stuff. Not going to happen. And Raiden, yeah, what happens when it really happens, and when what? I kind of think that all of the volatility and all of this we're seeing now, again, is fear of something that might happen, but the liberal media is still going to scream and yell, and they're going to point out maybe a small fraction of items that the price actually goes up on, but it's not going to be across the board, everything going up in price. That's not going to happen. Inflation is not totally back. Now, if you want to go buy foreign goods here in the United States, your prices might be a little higher. But the legacy media is just blowing this thing all out of proportion, in my opinion. In my opinion. But again, this is the world we're in now, where we have this totally fractured, divide between the left and the right, which is getting further and further apart. And anything the right does, the left is going to scream and yell. And anything the left does, the right is going to scream and yell. And there's not going to be any more harmony. It's just not going to happen. So that's what we got. And that's going to be volatility in the markets. China receives a lot from the US, Linda, mostly agricultural products. We export a ton of food to China. And the American farmers are the ones that are going to get hurt by this, the ones that rely on that China trade. So yeah, they're going to have to start looking for other places to send their ag. I mean, this happened last Trump. Trump 1.0 did the same thing with China, and then had to help bail out the farmers. That could be in play again. I mean, if you were a farmer and you relied on that China trade, maybe from 6-7 years ago, you might wanted to rethink your strategy of where you're selling your product, and not sending it all to China. Tay Jr. thinks Bitcoin, if we don't go back up fast to 82K, it's done. It's done. KMAC is going to wait for 9 cents. Well, if you've got cash sitting on the sidelines and you're waiting for 9 cents, that cash is most likely going to remain on the sidelines, and you're going to miss out. Most likely, that's what's going to happen if you're waiting for 9 cents. The tariff thing is going to take a while, yes. And the risk is that by the midterms, 2 years in, if the Republicans don't hold Congress, that's all we're going to get. It's all going to crash, Johnny says. Oh, it's all going to crash. Nothing's happened yet, Johnny. Nothing has happened yet. That's the thing. It's like nothing has happened yet. Now I hear like 40 different countries have all been calling Trump while he's out taking a few days off, playing some golf. Right? Because they all want to deal and negotiate. So again, we'll have the volatility Monday morning, and then we're going to start hearing about all the countries making deals with the United States. And most of these tariffs are going to be significantly reduced or eliminated altogether. This is what we're going to see this week. And then it's going to be like, oh, we did all that for nothing. And the United States will be in a better trading position as a result of this. But the liberal media is never going to admit that. They're just going to say orange man bad. And that's what we got. So we got to live with that. Bitcoin's going to retest 76K, John says, so it will go lower. It's at 79.5 right now. But you tell me why 76, John. That's a dumb statement. Sorry. Bulls are on the endangered species list. My 401k is now a 201k. You guys are funny. We will see the bad immediately. Theoretical good is, yeah, half decade plus down the line. I don't see it. Yeah, well, Johnny, that's short-term thinking. The Democrats were ruining our country with the debt. Remember that? All the money being paid out, all the government jobs being added wasn't good for our economy. Sailor will not be liquidated at 72, Corey. That is not correct. Yeah, I think MicroStrategy or Strategy B's average is now in the low 40s. And so, yeah, then if it goes down to 30, then, but overall, they're still in the profit. People aren't doing their research. Buying up the panic. Some people are seeing the positive on this, see this as a dip, buy in, set up for maybe a Monday pump. It won't be in the beginning, though. Again, too much fear in the morning, but by the afternoon, I think we're going to be recovering. Could be a good swing trading day. Could be a good swing trading day tomorrow. ETH getting nuked and still isn't oversold on the weekly. Really? Still isn't oversold on the weekly. ETH weekly. Yep, not quite. It's close. It's now at about 32. It's now at about 32. Close. Very close. But you're right. Not oversold on the weekly. How about Bitcoin? No, Bitcoin's up here at like 43. Where's Doge? Doge is at 38. ETH is the weakest amongst those three. Doge is not oversold. Anything else? Solana? Nope. Cardano? Nope. Hedera? Nope. Sheep? Nothing is. Nothing is oversold on the weekly. Now that we're looking at them all, even XRP now sitting at $1.99. XRP is below $2, and the RSI on the weekly is at 50. So there you go. Now on the daily, we got a different picture. Well, I know, still not too bad. Nope. Looks like ETH is just going into oversold on the daily right here. ETH is the only one. Maybe Cardano? Nope. Just ETH. But it's good to look at that, though. It's good to take a look at that. Buy, buy, buy. Humans are fearful. Dojonians will just hodl with patience, except for the bear Doge holders. When there are still some that bought it thinking immediately it would go up and they'd make a lot of money, and now they're not, and so they're upset, but they're still holding their Doge. Those are the worst Doge holders. The ones that just bought it in order to make a lot of money. They don't care about Dogecoin. They just wanted to make a lot of money, and they're not because price went the other way. They blame everybody else but themselves, and they become bears. Is McDonald's hiring? No, McDonald's is not all automation yet. The Trump token hurt crypto. I won't say killed, Corey. It hurt it, and we covered it back in January when it happened. I remember that. Yeah, a lot of shorts up there. That's for sure. But I would like to get those juicy shorts, but too much weakness right now. Our Dogecoin, James, our Dogecoin community is not getting wiped out. We're still a good, strong community. It doesn't change what Dogecoin is. Again, this is fear in the markets about tariffs. That's it. That's all it is. Just fear of what might happen. Nothing has happened yet. Nothing has happened yet. You go to the store today, the prices are still the same. They haven't gone up. This is all fear of what might happen. That's all this is. Somebody's selling, though, Bruce. A lot of people are selling. Price doesn't go down unless there's a lot of selling. And you get the media screaming and yelling. You get these big protests, right? Half the country in the United States all thinks Trump and Elon are evil. That's what we got. We do have some, though, that are feeling good still. See this as a buying opportunity. Think we're still going to go to the moon. Feeling down a little, Linda, but buying the Dogecoin dip. I think that's a fair feeling right there. But Johnny, it's not double, triple prices on everything. Come on. No. Swing trade on XRP from $1.98 to $2.15. Jay, we could see that. I'm not buying yet for a swing trade. I'm not buying yet. I'm available to do a swing trade, but I'm not buying yet. No, I don't have any confirmation here right now. Still weak. XRP $1.98, still weak. We could still see this come down lower. So we will continue to watch that through the live stream. If you haven't already, hit the like button, please. Also, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the KrissPax channel. We keep it real here. Best I can. Best I can. Keep it real. If you didn't hear the beginning here, again, this was low volume trading in crypto earlier today. As we had talked about on Friday, we were expecting on the weekend because of the volatility that we had, particularly Thursday and Friday, huge volatility, that things would quiet down over the weekend. But what does that mean? Perfect time for Bitcoin, Doge, ETH to dump due to huge leveraged positions getting wiped out. Hundreds of millions of dollars wiped out. And we looked at the heat maps and looked at all those numbers earlier in the stream. So I think the Monday stock market will most likely be red to open. I don't know how the market is going to do the rest of the day. We've got some calling Black Monday coming. Typically, a Black Monday is not predicted, right? Black Mondays come when people least expect it. That's when the Black Mondays hit. I think we're going to have a red pre-market and we're going to have some volatility, but I'm not calling it a Black Monday. Not calling that. But there could be some very good trading opportunities, both in crypto and the stock market Monday morning. That's what I'm looking at. I'm going broke with all these new investments, new lows every week. Well, Ryan, there have been some trading opportunities, and we've been covering them on Bitcoin, for instance. Trading opportunities. I told you guys last week I was doing the swing trade. Trading opportunities. They're there. Now, if you're just buying and holding, well, there are opportunities again to buy on dips. You don't buy on the green candles going up. You buy on the red candles going down. Do we have a lower low? Yes. On Thursday, Dogecoin dropped to 15.5 and everyone was like, whoa, 15.5, what a great price. Well, now we're at 15.1. So we are lower, and I get it. Lower lows, those are tough. If you still look at the bigger picture of what Dogecoin is and can be, and you believe in it, you could still see the positivity in all of this. I know it's hard when you see these red candles. Sunshine, how are you? Triple this, picked up some Doge and some Trump tokens. Trump hit $7.99 earlier today. $7.99. What a deal for a Trump collectible. It's $7.99. $7.99. Everybody line up for your Trump collectible. $7.99. Right. And I agree, Johnny. It wasn't thought out. It was not well thought out. Yeah, between the trade imbalances and the tariff imbalances, they didn't really do a good job explaining that last week. Yeah, what's going to happen, Michael, when we get to like May, June? And we're going to see how all of this shakes out going into the summer. Bruce bought a little more. COVID era economy. Wow. No, I don't think so, Johnny. We're not going to see that huge inflation spike. They're not giving out stimulus checks. They're not flooding the market with liquidity. I don't see that happening. Hey, Wei, how are you? Did you see Cardano dipped below Tron now? Yeah. Cardano's now number 10 here. So Tron has overtaken Cardano in the top 10. So sorry about your ADA tokens there, dude. 58 cents. 58 cents for ADA. And here, just as I was predicting, guys, I'm not buying Doge yet. Not doing a swing trade yet. We're now at 15.05. And also, Blake, that's the other thing. Like I said, I've heard like 40 different countries now are all lining up to negotiate with Trump. I mean, half of the tariffs are going to be gone this week. Half of them will be gone. negotiating. Yeah, John, but if the Philippine government does a deal with Trump, like the Vietnam government already announced they were going to do at the end of last week, $14.99, guys, on Doge. $14.99. Bitcoin down to 78.7. So we are still seeing fear in the market. Short-term pain for long-term gain, Teodoro. It could extend out for a while, though, still. It's going to be a volatile week. Doge at a discount, $14.99. Cybershots picked up a second job. And that's where your money is going to come for investing. Yeah, you don't want to use your main income, right? You want to keep it real. Anna still holding Doge. I know it's going to be a long time and you don't want to hear it. I have continually said the fall of 2025. We just have to get through the dumps today and tomorrow. Agreed. If the economy is perceived to be bad, then the other party takes the midterms. That's correct. And it's the Republicans' job over the next 12 months. Well, yeah. I mean, the election isn't until like 18 months from now, right? So 18 months. But they need to get ahead of it before then, is to get the economy cooking. And it's probably why they acted so fast right out of the gate with all the executive orders and setting everything up, announcing tariffs in January, was because they do have this 18-month window now that they've got to get the economy turned around and cranking, markets up. Otherwise, they will lose Congress. Absolutely. Now, see, that's the thing, Johnny, right? You've got half of what you say is right. I know the tariffs haven't gone into effect yet, but the markets are crashing. So people will look back one day and say they wish they could have bought Doge at a discount. Yeah, wild man. Again, I think that by the time we get through the summer and the Department of Government Efficiency has done its job and they market it, right? They got to market it to the American people. It'd still be tough to convince the Dems, but that saving all that wasteful spending is good for the country. And they got to prove that and they got to show that. That helps. RR, more than Trump loving tariffs. He's the art of the deal, man. It's all about the deal making. That's what it's about. It's all about making deals. So he will give up tariffs to make a deal. I know, but in the end, it actually is. They say it's not about negotiation, but it really is. And I've been saying that for months. I've been saying it's Trump and his big stick. He's using the tariffs as a stick in order to get more free trade, because other countries have been imposing tariffs on the United States. So why are tariffs such a bad thing if all those other countries are doing it, right? Think about that. Why are all the other countries imposing tariffs on the US if tariffs are such a bad thing? We've actually, in the United States, we've been getting ripped off by not imposing reciprocal tariffs on those countries before. Is Asia going to dump the markets lower? Most likely, Linda. Most likely. Let me see if we can see yet on Yahoo Finance. Let's see. It's still too early. The Asian markets haven't opened yet. So I'll be watching that tonight and see what the Asian markets do when they open up. And then we'll also see the pre-market of the US and what the S&P 500 futures, NASDAQ futures, Russell futures, what those look like. I'm guessing red. I'm guessing red. The Republicans have not put on more debt. I mean, take out COVID, because COVID was a special thing, and you can't count that. You really can't count that. Trump actually saved the United States economy by putting on debt there. But the previous 3 years, the Republicans were actually reducing debt. So now the Republicans are hell-bent on reducing the debt because no one else is going to do it. Saylor does not buy on spot. Nope. It's all OTC. We get no benefit from all that buying. Raiden bought some more peak. Wow. Buying the peak dip. Did it drop below 11? I didn't see. Where did my other peak chart go? There it is. Yep, it did. It dropped down to 10 right there. 10-cent peak. I wasn't watching it. You can tell I don't watch peak because it's a long-term thing. But nice. If you bought it at 10 and now it's zooming up to 10.8, that was a pretty good buy. Pretty good buy right there. I didn't say all Dems, Johnny. It has been building up over the years. But now's the time to reduce it. And that's what the Republicans are trying to do. Bitcoin was incredibly close to the death cross, Derek. But tonight it will be confirmed. The Bitcoin death cross tonight. It will be confirmed. Let me turn these on for you so you can see. Why didn't the 50 turn on? Oh, I think I got to turn turn that off. There we go. There we go. So that's what we ended up with. It was so close. Look at that. Look how close that was. It's within within fractions of dollars here for the death cross. So 8 o'clock tonight. 8 o'clock tonight, the death cross will be confirmed. Because it just does it on a daily basis, right? So it'll be confirmed tonight. You'll see it. And that's all you're going to hear tomorrow. Bitcoin death cross. Bitcoin death cross. Bitcoin's dropping because of the death cross. Well, the death cross hasn't hit yet. Officially. Hasn't hit yet. Bitcoin death cross. Hey, Demi, how are you? Bought BTC and Doge on the dip. Hey, Christoph, how are you? At least all the YouTube crypto influencers have went into hiding. No, they haven't. Vision Pulse just did a video today. I'm here live. I don't hide at all. I'm looking to do a swing trade probably tonight or tomorrow, John. I'll be opening a swing trade. The bear market is confirmed at 69K for Bitcoin. 69K confirms a bear market to me. Dropping below last cycle's previous high. You only lose if you sell. Pete, watch the first 10 minutes. Just scroll back, watch the first 10 minutes. I was very concise about it today. You'll be up to speed, and then just come right back to the live. All going down, nothing going up. You know, blame Bitcoin for that, dragging everything down with it. Not good. What did I say 20 minutes ago, guys? I said, nope, haven't confirmed a pullback yet, and look what Bitcoin's doing. It's about to drop lower. Not buying yet. I'm not buying it yet. Weather Girl bought on the dip too? Both you and Bruce? All right. Billions will pour back in when the fear goes away from all the people that don't truly understand tariffs. I think so. I don't listen to anything Warren says, Teodoro. She's not my senator. I didn't vote for her. I voted for Deaton. I knew she would win, though. Not my senator, though. Johnny, I wouldn't say we would make everything in America with American labor and materials. You can choose your battles, dude. Linear Tattoo bought 10,000 Doge. I actually think it's not going to be worse tomorrow, Stephen. I think it's going to be bad in the morning, and we're going to recover. We'll see how that works out, though. But the media doesn't help. They want to see Trump fail. Agreed. You forget the like too, you remind me. And I typically aren't the one going out there telling everyone, hit the likes, everybody. Again, keeping it real here. Jay gave a super chat. Doge to the moon. Still believer. It's going to take a little while. Yes. It's going to take a little while. But thank you. Appreciate it. Buy the blood. Last week, that was at Blood in the Streets, right? And now we've got a lower low. Well, Austin, there will always be that, though, but it's in everything, Austin. You can't just say it's Doge. I mean, prices are going down everywhere. ETH is down 12%. Doge is only down 10%. HBAR is down 12%. Litecoin's down 13%. So you can say paper-handed little shitlings for Litecoin, which is down worse than Dogecoin. It's not just Doge. You can't single out Doge on this dude. I think Trump is going to make deals. Dustin. I think he's going to make deals. I think he's going to need to make deals in order to get some positive media going. I don't know about tonight. Time is now. A pump. There could be some recovery before it dumps again. I could see that. But not pumping. I mean, that's what we saw last week, right? And that's when I did that Bitcoin swing trade. We could see that same thing happen again. Zoom in on the 2 hour here. We can see that. But that's exactly what that was. There was the dump. I had confirmation. Thursday afternoon, I bought. And then early Friday morning, I sold on that. So overnight, we could see some kind of recovery. Not a pump, though. But that was like 2%. And then it dumped again. So could we see something like that tonight? Maybe. What would be a 2% gain on Bitcoin from here? 2%? That would be at 80,500. Yeah, Bitcoin could do that. I might do another swing trade. But then I won't get much sleep. I like my sleep. Doge keeps hitting $14.99, Daniel. But how much lower? That's funny, Austin. That is a really funny comment there. Because Dogecoin now is 15 cents. And you're saying, I'm going to sell a lot at 96 cents and the rest after $1. Doge is simply pathetic as it stands. So let me get this right. Dogecoin is pathetic, but yet you're looking for a 5x return more, 7x return, but it's pathetic. Oh, man. I don't know what's going on with Jasmine, Linda. I mean, it's below a penny. Now down to 9.3. A lot of conflicting stories about Jasmine's acceptance in its own Japanese government, along with Binance and the FUD that Binance keeps throwing out there, threatening to delist it. So I don't have a lot of confidence in Jasmine. Doesn't mean it's not going to go up, but I don't have the confidence in it. I'm not buying back. Okay, Austin. If Dogecoin depreciates every minute of every day, why do you hold it? And how are you expecting it to go to $1? You're not making sense, dude. I think you're one of those, again, like I said earlier in the stream, and you probably weren't here when I said that, but I think you're one of those who bought Dogecoin expecting a huge quick gain. You're going to make a lot of money, and now you're in the red. You're down on your Doge investment. And now you're a sore loser. You didn't believe in Dogecoin in the first place, obviously, because guess what? Dogecoin inflates every minute of every day, just like it did right when you bought it, and were thinking you were going to make a lot of money. And now you're not, and you're upset, but you only have yourself to blame, dude. Shouldn't have bought it in the first place. Or you should have bought it like a lot of people do and just stash it away and hold it for years, because crypto has shown that's how you really make the money. Is you buy it and you hold it for a long frickin' time, and then you cash out and you make money. But hey, you do you. Good day, sunshine. YouTube not pushing notifications. You were stuck over on Vision. Troy, sorry. Sorry you got stuck there, man. Oh, he was funny? It's funny today? I imagine he's pretty depressed. What do you do with Trump collectibles? Exactly. I have no idea. What am I going to do with my Trump collectibles? Doge will go up to $2 after X payments in some time. So that's going to be a long time from now. You do know that, right? Investing with emotion, far too expensive. But a lot of people do it, expecting those big gains. You know what the best thing Louis says? Don't even use iCloud. I appreciate the warning. Thanks, everybody. But the best thing, don't even use iCloud. And you have to really work at it to not initiate it. But I do that. Both my computer and my phone, no iCloud. No iCloud. I just say no. Best thing to do. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get it worked out. You've got 420,000 Doge. You're going to pull out someday. Well, are you going to take the L or are you going to wait? Yep, Cheyenne. You're dying to get out of Doge too. And so why did you buy Doge in the first place? I know you've been around a long time, Cheyenne. So why did you buy Doge in the first place? Bitcoin is more manipulated than Dogecoin, Cheyenne. Dogecoin is the one that follows Bitcoin. Bitcoin gets manipulated. The alts just end up dropping harder, as I've been saying for years. Yeah, I think rate cuts will come, but probably not till June, because the May opportunity will come and go, and they're not going to change it. Still too much uncertainty. Powell's going to say, I need to see more data. So it'll probably be June. Yeah. No, Cheyenne's still going to be around. He's not going to be able to sell. It will be back to where it was in January. You'll have wasted your time. All depends on when you bought. Stephen, you think 10 cents? Why do you think 10 cents? I mean, that's a huge dump. You think the whole market is going to dump 40%? And that's the problem, Austin. If you think that holding crypto is such a roller coaster and you can't handle the heat, shouldn't have bought it in the first place. This is crypto we're talking about. And on top of that, Dogecoin is still a meme coin. It's going to go on wild swings. Go buy some bonds, perhaps, as our friend Zach says, right? Should have bought bonds. Oh. The litigation part of it, Bruce, is going to come. They're going to build their cases. But yes, Doge finds the fraud, and then Pam Bondi and the legal teams are going to start litigating. It's coming. And the Dems will be screaming up and down. Yeah, or they should just give it up. But they're too far in to the woke stuff to give it up. Another one with 10 cents. Wow. A lot of people, 10 cents. Coffee AI, 5 cent. 5 cent Dogecoin. That's the lowest I've seen until Anthony gets here and says 2 cents. Trump doesn't get mad. I haven't seen Trump get mad. The only country that's really done a retaliatory tariff is China. And Trump knows he'll be able to negotiate something with Xi. That's just a smart thing Xi has done to help protect China. I didn't see Trump getting mad. No, he went out and played a round of golf. That's not getting mad. USA has been protecting the world, and the world hates us. That's true. Well, Tony, I'm not furiously protecting the coin. What I'm trying to do is keep people honest and real about it. If somebody now has held Dogecoin for a long time and then is complaining that it's inflationary, I'm like, dude, then why did you buy it in the first place? It's always been inflationary. It's like, you didn't do your research. You only have yourself to blame. I'm just trying to keep it real. Cheyenne has given up on the future of Doge, just is going to buy Bitcoin. So you're in for the investment, fine. You're down on your investment. I get it. Yeah, Kilmar, remember that? Coin Codex had Dogecoin up to 84 cents by the middle of April. Remember that? 84 cents? And I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. All right, Rodrigo wins 0.0008 cent Doge. No, Christoph, there isn't any set number that once Bitcoin dominance hits a certain number that alts are going to bleed out forever. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. The market is going to turn around, most likely in the fall for good. Over the summer, we could see some. I still think late April, early May, as I've been saying, we're going to see some. And Bitcoin dominance will come down a little. But when the markets are dumping like this, obviously, Bitcoin dominance is going to go up. Bitcoin doesn't fall as hard as the alts. So here's Bitcoin dominance at 63.3. Yes, it's been going up. Well, you should have traded Bitcoin dominance, right? You'd be way up in your investment here. I'm going to buy Bitcoin dominance. Where can I get some of that? That's a good trade. But there isn't any set number that it needs to hit because it's just a reaction to how everything else is traded. That's all it is. It's not a turning point to be bullish, Steve. There's nothing bullish about what's going on right now. Is it bearish? I mean, certainly today was a bear day, but that doesn't mean it's a bear market. Yeah, I think I do, Johnny. I think I know what's going on. Diddy causing the market crash. Diddy! Oh no, the death cross. Look out. Look out, Monica. Death cross. It's going to cause everything to dump. Oh, yeah, we always have that. Thank you, Tony. Good reminder. Because, you know, one Doge still equals one Doge.
All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge.
Because why not, right? Right, Oscar? That's what we're watching. I mean, this dipped down to 1490. That seems to be the dip right there, 1490 right now. But still no confirmation on recovery yet. Bitcoin still 78.9, trying to get over 79, but no confirmation yet of recovery. I still think it's going to be a choppy night when pre-market futures opens. It's going to be choppy. It's a giant battle going on behind the curtains. If Trump can pull this off, it will benefit all. But yet the Democrats still won't believe it. So you'll load up on a penny. 1 penny Dogecoin. Sounds as wrecked. $0.30 in the fall. It'd be nice if we get through the summer and Doge is still, you know, in the 15-20 cent range. Yes. Rodrigo is convinced we're in a bear market. Bearish is not bear. Buffett Kriss. I'm just looking for some less risky opportunities at this point. Let's just say that. Most of you already know that I took most of my profits back in January. And so I only have like 10% left in the market. But I still want to make money. And yes, RR, we all understand that. American labor is more expensive than labor overseas. Even if you price in the cost of transporting goods from overseas, right? Because there's a cost to that. Higher demand for American labor should result in higher salaries, which will then compensate for the increased prices. That's the theory of what can happen. Exactly. It's the theory, right? It hasn't happened. And it's not going to happen that way because I believe half the tariffs are going to get wiped out and go to zero. We're going to see free trade with Vietnam. Those Nike shoes, do you see the Nike stock on Friday take off? Right? Because they're going to still be able to make all their Nike shoes in Vietnam, and there's not going to be a tariff. We're going to see that. Country after country after country. So everybody fearful for what you just said, it's not going to play out that way. I think what Trump is getting companies to do is not be 100% reliant on overseas. And the best way is to the best way is to balance your business so you have some things being made in America and other things being made overseas. Reduce that risk. Balance it out. Hey, Mike, paper hands packs. You got it. You got it, Mike. You're probably hearing that for the first time, and you weren't here in January when I told you what I was doing. Putting it into real estate, and I'm sitting in the house right now, the real estate that I bought. Paper hands. That's awesome. I just saw that note. I just had to say that. The 4-year cycle is not broken yet. No. This is very similar to 2017. What's happening now? We're right in the middle of it, of the break between two pumps. We could still have a big fall pump, as I've been saying, but we're not there yet. At what price am I going to come in for a swing trade? I can't tell you what price, Tony. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to watch the trading until I see some confirmation that I think it's not going lower. Am I going to get the bottom? No. I'm not going to buy at the bottom with that approach. It's just a little bit less risky. People were buying all these red candles all the way down. Not Kriss. Will I end up buying it like 15.20? Maybe. Maybe I buy it 15.20 and not 14. I don't know, but it might go lower. This is tricky to buy at this point. So in Norway, you have high costs for everything compared to most other countries, let's say, but you also earn more, so it doesn't feel expensive. Yeah, there are probably still, though, minimum wage workers, though, that are challenged. So. Trump sold us out to Israel. Hugo? No. No, we've been Israel's partner for decades. We continue to be Israel's partner. Yeah, for all exactly, Raiden. For all those people that were asking when's a good time to buy Doge. Well, here you go. But now, guess what they're saying, Raiden? Well, I'm going to buy when it gets to 10 cents. Right? They're all saying that now. I'm going to buy when it's 10 cents. You could have just gotten Doge in the 14s and you're like, oh, I'm going to buy when it's 10. Trump sleeps like a baby at night, KB. Sleeps like a baby. If Powell just drop rates, this will get over. That's not the answer. It would help, but Hugo. Hey, dude, Doge will be 6 cents by June. Wow. 6-cent Doge. Sean says, ready to load up? Can Doge and Hex recover by the end of the year? I do not follow Hex. I am not in that Richard Hart ecosystem at all. Don't trust the guy. ETH 1580. I know, right? It went below my original buy price at 1600. Now below it. I didn't see that coming. It's okay for the Bears to be here, KB. That's all right. You're stuck in Jasmine, Ross? Yeah. Yeah, MG, this is short-term thinking, not the long-term view. You got to have time, got to zoom out, look at the bigger picture. Well, there's some conspirators out there saying those types of things for a World War III, but you've got 50,000 Doge. Your average price is 26 cents. So, yep. So you can buy dips and lower your average, or you can complain, or you can just wait it out. And that's true, Johnny. Crypto, like stocks, really is just best to buy on a dip, forget about it, let it sit. Maybe recurring buys. Yep. I personally don't like to do recurring buys. I like to actually buy when I see the dip. Jay, what are you going to do to swing trade and at what price? I'm waiting for confirmation. Starting to look decent right now, but I'm worried about tonight when the futures open up. Because on the stock market futures, it's going to be red. So I think this is going to be about when, not at what price. Dogecoin adoption is long-term mindset. Pedro also has a good point here. You've got cash and you're buying dips. Don't spend it all. Leave some because you don't know when the bottom is going to be. I mean, 1490 was looking pretty good there, and that might be the bottom of this dip, but we don't know. We don't know whether that's the bottom of the dip there at 1490. And again, if you didn't see, I posted this earlier on X, is that this mirrors where we were back on March 10th when Dogecoin dipped to 14.9. So we're mirroring that. You could call that a double bottom, right? But we're not going lower yet. We're not going lower. So Maximus is waiting for 6-cent Doge, and I'm just like, okay. Jason, how are you? Wildman started with 26-cent Doge. Now he's down to 17-cent Doge while he's bought in lower. Sorry, guys. I'm sad. LOL. I get it, Cheyenne. It's down. Okay. Yeah, the whole thing about Eric Trump and the World Liberty Finance, and I mean, they were buying all this ETH and now they're just getting crushed on the price. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just because something happened before, Ramon, doesn't mean it's going to happen again. I get the moving average thing, but doesn't mean anything. News will take over anytime. Oh, you mean like Ali? The crazy price predictions that we see from Ali? He went from $18 Doge all the way down to $12 Doge, though. So we did get that out of him. Oh. And again, for people that are just buying Dogecoin to get a maximum investment return, right? And you're not thinking about Dogecoin as a use of currency, how Doge can be that true digital cash, what the House of Doge is building, how that is all going to work with adoption of Dogecoin, right? So again, the bears are all just those that bought Doge, wanting to get a quick buck out of it, and now they're down, they're in the red, and they're just bitching and complaining. I can't help them. Spending $420,000 on anything you don't understand is crazy. Exactly. Right? People do it though. So relax. That's hard to relax when you see a lot of red. And that's true, Wiley, as well. And they didn't buy Doge when I did, when it was down at 6 cents. So they've got a higher average, think they can make money. And now they're down. They're stuck, as Anthony called it, stuck. Stuck holding a bag like me again, Johnny. Yeah. No one is actually charged with fraud yet, Johnny. Yet. Legal process takes time. It takes time. Oh, DB. You've missed a lot. Woohoo. Hey, Jason, welcome. 10-cent Doge would be a major discount, but come on. Another 40% drop? Oh, Hugo, you are out there, man. Exactly. People mad because they wanted a quick flip from alt season, thought it was easy. Exactly. Why would I want Doge on Pulse chain? No. You want Doge on the Dogecoin blockchain. You buy Doge on an exchange. You keep it there or you move it to your wallet. You don't buy on Pulse chain. Well, you know what, Johnny? Why does Bitcoin go down then? Somebody's selling it. I mean, look at Bitcoin. Somebody sold Bitcoin today. Those big red candles don't come unless people are selling on a Sunday. That's not even the ETFs. That's just selling. Look at that. Somebody was selling Bitcoin today. And this was like 3 hours of selling from like 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Boom, 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 boom. Sell, 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 sell. So it appears, Jason says, that the tariffs are the black swan event that we feared. It will take some time for liquidity to come back into crypto. Well, one of the things that Trump is going to do are the tax cuts, and that he hasn't really hit that one yet. So in the United States, we'll look forward to that whole tax cut thing happening. I think that's going to be huge. I don't think there's going to be stimulus checks or Doge checks or whatever people are saying. And I don't think that's the right thing to do anyway. Just send a bunch of people money. Do it in tax cuts. And Christoph, I don't think the crypto market is done for the month. And it won't be only Bitcoin that survives. I don't agree with that. It has dumped. We're seeing whether we're leveling out now, Pete. Passing out sticks. Where's your manners? Have you all taken the time to thank Trump and Vance? Because it's fun losing money. Don't lose unless you sell, Hugo. You're not going to make it unless you can weather the ups and the downs. Traders trading with emotions. Just because things went up big in the past doesn't mean it's going to happen again. People thinking it's easy money. Yumfo. I remember, yeah, you were in at 14 cents from before. Do you take profit at 15 though? Ooh. Yeah, you can't use his truths as being angry, RR. He just likes to rile people up. Well, Ramon, if higher or lower, higher high, lower high, whatever, what time frame are you looking at? What time frame are you looking at? So again, we're right where we were back on March 10th. Exactly the same place. So it is not a lower low. It's not a lower low. We're right where we were. Same. That's why I made this diagram, just to show everyone the world's not ending. We were here exactly back on March 10th. So not a lower low. No, Ramon, it's not tied to moving averages at all. Not tied. Nothing is tied to moving averages. You've got this whole thing in your head about the sanctity of the moving average, and it's not. The news outweighs any technical indicator, including moving averages. They don't matter. When people are trading, they don't know when something is hitting a moving average or not because of some news event, whether they're dumping or they're buying. No, Wiley, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. My taking profits to buy my house has nothing to do with anybody else. And in fact, I've told everyone the Dogecoin that I sold, I sent back to Robinhood and I sold on Robinhood. So the sales don't have any effect on the market. Not that, my Doge sale would actually affect the market. Percentage wise, I'm not a whale. If you don't understand what I'm saying, then you need to do your research. Has nothing to do with it. Wow. CDC picked some 15-cent Doge. Ramon, I only talk about the house to explain to people my plan from 2.5 years ago in order to free myself from being at the hands of a bank, to buy a house with no mortgage. That was my plan. That was my goal. I executed it, sold to take profits, to put that into real estate. That was a smart investment. I told everybody else along the way exactly what I was doing, and you could have done the same. But now you come in after the fact and you say that's not cool. But if you had been here 2 years ago, you would have heard me talking about wealth building, and all those videos are still all up on my channel. If you scroll back, they're all there. Talking about opportunities in crypto, talking about wealth building, talking about the 4-year cycles, and you could have been in that too. That's what I'm saying. Alts won't die, Christoph. Some will probably continue to go down. Ross, I agree. That's crazy. The protesters that are mad because Elon and the Doge team are finding ridiculous waste in our government. And they're protesting against that? That is wild. Exactly. That's wild. Yeah, with all due respect, Ramon. Exactly. With all due respect. And as Jason reminds us, Dogecoin is still number 8 in crypto market cap. Doge's not going anywhere. If you're just going to blame Dogecoin, it's just like, look at the whole frickin' market. It's all red. Everything's in the red, dudes. Everything. And Doge is like middle of the pack. There are many that are down a lot more than Doge. That would be a double bottom. Exactly. Hashtag. That's what I'm calling out right there. Double bottom. Hugely big double bottom. From March 10th to April 6th. Double bottom. Yes. Does it hold? We'll see. Again, the news will take over. If there's more bad news, Doge will probably drop lower. Not because of any technical indicator. Trump is going to negotiate. He's not going to fold on the tariff, CDC. It's all about the negotiation. I talked about this months ago. It's Trump carrying around a big stick for negotiating. And then people are going to say, oh, Trump gave up. No, it's not. It's the art of the deal. It's always been the art of the deal. I know, it's a lot more fun to overreact. Exactly, TP. I get it. I get it. CDC, I got 4 more years in me. Just ride it out till the next cycle. I don't know, just looking at history, like every 4 years, crypto's gone up. Doesn't mean that's going to happen again this time, but there's something to say about that. Yeah, I get that A-star too, right? Trump wants to tariff everything. Have everything made in America. Not rely on China. Not everything's going to happen that way. Exactly. Right. Again, this is all negotiating, right? You don't negotiate for what you want. You over-negotiate, right? And then it comes back to what you want. Negotiating 101. If you really want $1, don't negotiate $1. You negotiate $2. You start at 2, so you end up at 1. That's what those numbers on that chart are. That's not where those tariffs are going to end up. It's negotiating, guys. Oh, I'm a CIA operative. Wow. No one's ever called me that, Hugo. I like that. A CIA operative. Guys, what do you think about that? KrissPax, a CIA operative. Maybe, Modelo. No, I'm going to the Minecraft movie tonight. We're going to go watch the Minecraft movie. Thank you, Daniel. Mahmoud, I sold some of my Doge, most of all my other altcoins to buy the house. That's what I did. Gamba, we'll see how that fades out on Bitcoin, whether we do see 72. Minimum wage increases gradually in Norway. Yeah, same here. Ours doesn't always keep up, and it takes this act of Congress to move it. But Julian, that's what happens. They say they'll buy at 15 when it was 18, and now it's 15, and now they're saying they're going to buy at 10. Happens every time. Every time. Well, we hit 1490 during the live stream a little bit ago. I know. I was calling somebody buddy on X earlier today because he was truly being a buddy. Hey, buddy. It was hilarious. And Ramon, we did talk about that. When the Bitcoin ETFs hit a year and a few months ago before the halving, and Bitcoin is getting bought up like crazy, hit a new all-time high before the halving, we were talking about this sort of left translated cycle and the impact that it might have. Still a theory. Still a theory. Yeah, futures tonight. We will see. No, it's just projecting the it's actually trading on. Are they really future orders? I don't know. I've never traded futures. Yeah, I think, Austin, a lot of them are newbies to crypto. Thank you, Sunshine. What's the House of Doge going to say midweek? I'm guessing that this is the week when they fill out we find out who the president is and they talk more about that. That's my guess. Yep, stuck. Stuck. We are closer to the bottom than we realize, Julian says. Yeah, I think we have to wait through the summer switch. I've been very consistent on that. We could get a little bump late April into May, but then the summer hits. We'll see some dips. The selling today is leveraged shorts prepping to make money tonight or tomorrow. To make money tonight, tomorrow when markets open. Yeah, did you see what happened in Boston? I did not go anywhere near there yesterday. I did not. You can't even reason with people like that. Right. And Steve, this is the thing that kills me is like everyone blaming Dogecoin. And it's like, have you seen the rest of the market? Have you seen the stock market? It's all down. Anthony, hope you're enjoying a nice coffee this morning. Maximus is using a trading bot. Trading bots work in up and down markets, that's for sure. And this too shall pass. Doge. Agreed. We're not at a low yet. Charts are certainly not indicative of a floor. But again, Jason, it's going to be more about the news. And if there's some huge bad batch of news that comes out tomorrow, it'll go lower. There's no double bottom or technical indicator that's going to stop it. Hi, Matt. How are you? Bulls will step in at 6 cents. Oh, people can blame me, CDC. That's okay. Takoa, how are you? Yeah. People like to complain because they don't want to take on the responsibility themselves for hitting the buy button when they did, and they regret it. Aussie, good morning to you. All right, guys, I gotta go. Yep, the CIA operative has to go. Takoa, I'm watching Minecraft tonight, so I got to go take care of that. Guys, everybody, be live again tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be volatile. I'm still planning on doing some swing trading, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. Until then, I hope everyone is able to hold on if you can. But if you want to trade, you can try the trade as well. It's a tough market. I get it. But that doesn't mean you just have to sit there and lose. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.